Hey guys, it's me again. Originally, I wasn't gonna even mention this. I was just gonna let this go under the radar because those people that are high conflict, also known as our cluster B personalities, our narcissists, our borderlines, our histrionics. Like they get a lot of press lately because we're starting to realize the extent of this spiritual warfare. That this really is a spiritual thing. I mean, it's a soul thing. And while I'm on the topic, by the way, my name is Shadea, the lesbian believer, also known as Shay. I would like to mention something that I've noticed with about, I would say, maybe 3 or 4 of the narcissists that I have the experience of experiencing. And one of these things, there was a common theme, is that they all claimed that there was some sort of demon, and they could describe the physical characteristics and traits of this demon that was present. Like the narcissist would come over and they'd say something along the lines of, I don't know if you noticed this, but there's like something like some impish, like dark energy over in the corner. Mind you, this is a projection of the demon within them. And with that said, the reason I was suddenly prompted, I was listening to my classical music. I got to work a little later on tonight. I've been doing some extra work on the weekends, working some grave shifts over and at a site. The commute is absolutely gorgeous, but the reason why is because at first I was like, nah, I don't really want to mention this, but God is good. So, sometimes when you start to elevate, sometimes you will get sort of some recycled experiences to kind of see how far along you are on your journey of growth and healing, especially if you have experienced a relationship with a clinical narcissist. Now, I am no clinician, but I know without a shadow of a doubt that the individual was highly toxic and detrimental to the safety of my well-being and my livelihood. And with that said, let's go on into basically the sort of buildup of what happened in the past and bring it to just yesterday. Yeah, it was just yesterday. I was like, well, mirror, whatever. So check this out. So, it was Halloween 2021, and I was at local bar, and I'd never dress up for Halloween because the way that I grew up, we didn't celebrate the holidays and whatnot. I was playing pool because pool is one of the ways to kind of connect. I'm usually pretty shy. I don't really like to talk to people, so like usually like if I'm on the pool table, then I'm more like likely to really talk. I'm like kind of like one of those loner people, and this lady comes up with a friend. Which I've then, like, later on found out that she had just met the same night that I met. At least I talked to her. Anyway, so, she follows me on Instagram, like, disappears, not out of the blue. Somehow she remembered my birthday, so, I talked for a little bit, but she had ghosted me, like I said. So my birthday was in February. So I get a message from this number, and I kind of recognized it a little bit because I was like, this is kind of a little familiar. So anyway, she was like, can I meet up with you? I said, well, because I decided to go for like a little walk on the waterfront, so I'm just like going because I like the water. It's peaceful, that nice, like, saltwater breeze. And so she meets me. She brings like some Valentine's candies and some flowers and whatnot. So anyway, she's like talking to me, and we hang out for a little bit. We go for a walk. Then I forget what happened that day, but anyways, a little later in the week, she starts talking to me. She's like, hey, how come you disappeared? I was like, actually, you did. Like, after we like had like, I think like a date or two, whatever, she like completely ghosted me again. And she's like, oh yeah, that's because you said you were seeing other people. And I was like, well, I wasn't, but whatever. So then like, it just got really weird. Like, there were 2 red flags. Within like the next month or so, she showed up at my work twice, and I never told her where I worked. The first time was really scary because she came up, like she got out of her car, she was like really aggressive. Like my coworker actually saw her first, and she comes charging at me. So she sees me. So she comes up to me and she wants to give me a hug. She wants to cling all over me. And I'm like, God, like, I'm not really happy about this, but I don't want to really make a scene. So let's kind of just like chill it out a little bit, you know? So she leaves. And I was like, ooh, like, and then like the messed up thing about it is I'm like having all these dreams because your subconscious always knows. So like my inner voice is like, no, this is not good. This is like what you dealt with in the past. So I'm like, okay, like, whoa. So then I go out because I kind of like when I was still drinking, I was like, I need to get a drink so I can kind of like just like, you know, clear my head about this. But then she would like message me and then she would like ghost for like long periods. She'd be like, hey, you gotta give me like 24 hours or 2 days or whatever for me to get back to you. And every time I would have like a day plan, like all of a sudden she would like just disappear. And then something would come out, oh, I was really sick. I had like the stomach flu or whatever. And like, and no communication. I could never communicate with you, but you could go down to the pharmacy and they'll book you up a prescription, whatever. So you say. Anyway, so she was playing all kinds of games. Like my intuition was on. So she played this game. Like the second time she showed up to my work, like unannounced again. Like I'm just like, yo, you just. And she was saying that, you know, because she's got a daughter too. She's like, oh yeah, my baby's daddy is the narcissist. And she's saying all these horrible things about him. Come to find out, you know how they always flip the switch. And that really, like everything that they say about the other person is really what they do. She did something and I was like, no, this is really disrespectful. Like I just called her out and I said, look, it's really difficult to really connect with somebody when communication is really inconsistent, et cetera, et cetera. Like I wasn't really interested in her. She's, you know, I had blocked her, but like that's how she showed up to my work. I blocked her. And, you know, a normal person would be like, well, they don't want to talk to me. This one was really persistent. So yesterday I got a text because, you know, there was a dyke march going on here in Long Beach, California at Bixby Park. And she's like, hey Shay, how you doing? Are you going to the march tonight? And she put like some little rainbow symbols in there. I looked at that and I was like, I'm not even gonna respond. And I deleted the message. Now I should have blocked her. But now I know, like if I see the area code, I know it's from South Carolina, block, okay? Because she's probably gonna try it again. So she basically tried to Hoover me. But this is the cool part about it. So about a month before, because I see her car, excuse me, her car had driven past my my work a couple of times, and I was coming back from Subway. It was my lunch break. And so I'm like, you know, just walking across the street in a little sandwich bag, you know, just walking. And I look up and I see a blue Honda Fit just cruise by. She sees me and I just, you know, I'm just completely stoic, no emotional reaction because I know I've had enough experience with these people. Just don't do it. So like, I've trained myself well. I am learning my lessons. Like, she's not gonna be the last. Well, she'll be the last. But I ain't playing with people anymore. And so like, you know, like not even kidding you, like this is another thing they do. Next day, I get a call from an unknown number. And, you know, just breathing on the phone. I already knew it was her. Already knew. And I keep getting like this obsession because like I've been in relationships with these people. And the thing about it is like, you know, like she must have, like whoever she was like entertaining for, when I told her it was a no deal, like because they're always like trying to run multiple things. There's just a lot of things like, you know, but narcissists are pretty bold, especially when it comes to the need to have something, some sort of narcissistic supply when they need something. They don't miss you. They miss what you can do for them, what they need. They need not to be alone. She wasn't the first one that tried to Hoover me in the last couple of weeks either. I was Hoovered by a former friend too, and she like walked up behind me, like, you know, just really disrespectful. She put her hands on my shoulders, she started squeezing, and she's like, oh, I adore you, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, hey, come over to my place on Monday. Girlfriend was very happy about that. I said, oh, of course, I'll be there. I blocked her, and I never showed up, and I am staying behind from over there. God has put me on another mission to basically be a, I don't know what kind of voice, but I'm restarting this whole program, like restarting anew, trying to figure this all out one day at a time. You know, I'm really enjoying this whole growth expansion thing, and it's nice to not have like all this crazy sinus pressure from smoking and drinking. I'm like actually technically allergic to beer. And so I've been starting on my exercise program again. I gotta get rid of this beer belly that I developed, but you know, that's the easy part because like once those calories fall out, it's all good. Letting my hair grow out. I'm just doing me. The hair was a spiritual thing. My mom was a narcissist, and she died young. She did a lot of really horrible things, and she's really attached to my hair because I used to have hair all the way down my back. And you know, if she were alive, I don't let her. The hair did. Anyways, with that said, I will keep you posted on my journey. I hope you guys are doing fabulously well. With much love. You know, the glory always goes to God, whatever happens with us, and then happens without God. I'm learning this, and I'm going to be reading my Bible tonight. The Bible is becoming like everything I need to know for this life. It's in that Bible. All right, peace, you guys.